today we are showcasing Mr. Effiong, James Effiong. He is into production of liquid soap, toilet wash, insecticides, and he also does fumigation services. So Mr. Effiong, you're welcome to Capacity Building.
Thank you. God bless you.
Okay, so we've seen that you are physically challenged, you do not see very well, but you are into production of these items that we have seen here. So how did you come about it?
Okay, anyway, good morning to the listeners out there. Anyway, I've been trained in Lagos.
Okay, you were trained in Lagos.
Yeah.
For how long?
It was 3 months.
Okay.
That I got free.
Okay, you got the training 3 months, and after 3 months you started producing the items very well.
Yes.
Liquid soap, toilet wash,
and bleach,
insecticide, car wash.
I do fumigation services
also. Okay. So how long have you been in this business?
Well, to be very candid, I've been in this business, making 6 years.
6 years.
Yes.
Okay, and you are physically challenged, you do not see very well, you don't see.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So
it
how
started 2021.
Okay, you were not born like this.
At
you were not born blind.
No.
Okay, okay. When you got the training, you were seeing very well.
Yes, I was
just
sighting
2021.
fine. Yes.
Okay, what happened? How did it get blind?
It was on 2021. I started experiencing that I'm not sighting much. So I get to the hospital. So by the time I get in there, they conducted the test. After the test, they discovered that it's glaucoma.
Okay.
So I was being placed on operation, though I don't have the money that the doctor requires from me.
So you need a surgery for you to be able to see very well.
Yes,
okay. So how are you? Are you still producing?
I'm still, yeah.
How are you able to go about it since you can't see very well?
Anyway, being an old timer, I know the formula of air. I know I'm still sighting, but it's faintly. And then I'm still doing it because I have the formula of air.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still have the formula of air. I have the formula with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're still producing?
Yes.
Have you been able to train people?
I've trained like 6.
Okay, 6 people.
Yes.
Okay, so they are able to produce on their own too.
Yes, and they got free.
Okay, now that you're not seeing very well, are you still training people? Are people still coming to get training from you?
Anyway, for now, because due to my poor eyesight now, I'm not financially buoyant. Because of my poor eyesight, most of them, they have gone away. Because I need money. Yeah.
Okay.
I need money for more production for the materials. I don't have enough money with me. I don't have money.
Okay. The money for materials is the issue now.
Yes.
What if people still come for you to train them now that you cannot see very well? What happens if they still come?
If I have the money, I will train them.
Okay.
To buy the materials. If I have the money, I will train them.
But when they come for training, they will pay a particular amount to you, right? Do you train them for free?
Anyway, to be very candid, I normally show them on free. I don't get money.
Oh, you train them free?
I don't get money from them. Some of them, after the training, they work with me.
Okay, they work with you, but
like
now they're not coming again.
Because of my poor eyesight, I don't have the money to buy the necessary materials that are involved.
Okay. So how long does it take them to train before they can, comfortably produce on their own?
Just 2 to 3 months is okay.
2 to 3 months.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what if I think if you've been, there should be a charge so that you can also make money, generate income to get more materials. Do they come with their materials or you buy them?
No, they come with their. I'll tell them the material that are involved. They give me money, I'll go and buy the material, then I shoot it out to them.
Okay.
Then at the end of it,
that's
philanthropy. Some of them work with me.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
Like
but you don't have anyone working with you for now?
For now, I have only one.
One person working with you.
Only one. Yeah.
Okay, and they take 3 months to train and they produce on their own.
Yes.
Okay, I can see you have we have car wash here.
Yes.
Okay, so what are the ingredients? What are the raw materials you use in producing car wash?
Okay, I use alkaline water and enzyme and an industrial pair for the fragrance.
Okay, fragrance.
Because it has a fragrance and it doesn't affect the auto base color of the car.
Color of the car, okay.
And you can even use as well to shine the dashboard.
Okay. Then what about the toilet wash?
Okay.
See the toilet wash.
Toilet wash, I use chlorine, Milton, and soda ash.
Okay.
An industrial pair for the fragrance.
Oh, I've seen it.
Fragrance toilet, yeah.
Okay. I've seen insecticide here. Wow. So what is it effective?
Very active.
You know, we have so much mosquitoes here.
Yeah.
So this insecticide now, is it effective?
Very active. If you use it, it's just like you're doing fumigation. You just put maybe 1/4 of it in your WC.
Okay.
Then you put water and flush it. When it drains to the soakaway, because most of those things, they are permanent residual is soakaway.
Like cockroaches.
Yeah, that's where they are burrowing. Yeah.
What about mosquitoes?
All of them, they are permanent residual. Okay. That's where they are dwelling.
Okay, so
when you flush, when you get in there, you kill all of them. Then the remaining, you can drop them on the walls or on the ground surface.
The house. In this liquid form.
Yeah. Then after the application, you close doors and windows for maybe 30-minute duration.
And it will kill the mosquitoes.
Yeah. After 30 minutes, you open the door. Yeah.
Okay, other insects.
Yes.
Okay. So what
rodents
are
and reptiles also?
Reptiles too.
Yes.
Okay, that means it's very effective. So what are the raw materials you use in producing this mosquito?
That one is formalin, engulf, and magic chalk.
Okay.
And composite.
Okay, and we have the bleach there.
Okay, so, yeah. The bleach I'm using sulfurchloric acid and H2.
Okay. You didn't mention
Milton also.
Milton.
Yes.
Okay, you didn't mention water.
Oh, sorry,
water.
Sorry, please. Water is included. Yeah,
yes,
water is included.
You have to use water now.
Yes, water is included.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how you sell them to people and you make money to add to your income and to earn a living, to keep yourself going and your family?
Yes.
Okay, you have a family?
Yes.
How many kids do you have?
Yeah, I have 3 shoes.
Okay. So you sell them and you make money to help yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have challenges, especially now? You said since 2021. You became this challenged physically.
Yes.
Okay, not being able to see from 2021.
The challenge I'm having is due to my site is that I need money from operation on surgery. Then I need money to elevate the business to a greater height, so that I may have enough workers with me.
Okay, but people come to patronize you because your product should be very effective. People, you have a lot of patronage, right?
Yes, real. Yeah.
Okay, so you now need money to go for surgery.
Yes.
All right. Okay, if you're just
to amend the business.
To enlarge your business. Yeah. Okay, money will come. All right. If you're just joining us, this is Capacity Building, a segment that showcases creativity, the things that people are able to create or to do with their hands to earn a living or add to their income if they're already working. If you're already working, you can still go out there and learn a trade, learn, something that you can do to have additional income. And if you're not working, like Mr. James Effiong here, he is not working, but he is into production of all these items you've seen here: liquid soap, car wash, insecticide. He got his training in Lagos and he's gainfully employed. He's able to train other people too. So do not stay idle. Go out and learn something doing to be able to add to your income. So we are going to display a phone number on your screen. He says he needs a surgery for him to be able to see again, because he was not born blind, but now he can't see, and he's still producing, he's still engaging in this craft, so that he can earn a living, he can keep himself going and his family. So he needs help. He says he needs people to help him to raise money so he can go for his surgery. And I'm so happy that he's not just idle, he's not just sitting down looking for help, engaging himself in self-pity. He's still producing upon the fact that he is physically challenged. So the number that you've seen on your screen, you can reach us, you can call us with that number and be a blessing. Be a blessing to Mr. Effiong, James Effiong. Okay, so Mr. Effiong, do you have any other thing you're going to tell us? Apart from what I've said there, people.
Well, my main challenge is focus on my site. I need money for the operation, and secondly for the business. For the business, yes. To improve your business.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank God this one doesn't need light, or you don't have power challenge, or maybe if there's no light you cannot produce even in the dark. Now, light, yes. Okay, after all you cannot see very well, but you are still producing. Yes. Even with your eyes closed, you can still, you know, the chemical. The formula is with me. The formula is with you. So how do you identify the chemicals? I know, it's my field. I know. You just even a mere perceiving. Okay. I know what it is. Just perceiving a particular chemical. I know. You know which one is which, yes, and you know which one you use. You don't make mistakes. At all. That means you're an expert. Yes, really, you know, worked on yourself in this area, and since it's something you do all the time, you are used to it. Yes. Okay. All right. That will be all for capacity building. Mr. Effiong, we thank you for coming to the studios. We are encouraging you, don't relent in your effort. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on producing. You know, you will have people, and I pray by the grace of God, you have people who will support you, people who will respond to your plea. Okay? Okay. So it was nice having you in the studio. It was brief, and it was worthwhile. Thank you for coming. Thank you. God bless you all. Okay. All right. That was it on capacity building. I hope you had a wonderful time with us. Please, if you want to reach out to Mr. Effiong, James Effiong, you can, you know, call the number on your screen and we'll get to him. Thank you for being there. Don't go away. Pathfinder continues.
Pathfinder TV show every Monday morning 9 a.m. on AKBC channel 45. Pathfinder TV show. Pathfinder TV show every Monday morning 9 a.m. on AKBC channel 45. Pathfinder TV show. Pathfinder leisure, sports, health, education. Pathfinder TV show. Market survey, capacity building. Pathfinder TV show. Pathfinder law, and many more. Making your Monday morning worthwhile. Pathfinder leisure, sports, health, education. Pathfinder TV show. Market survey, capacity building. Pathfinder TV show. Pathfinder law, and many more. Making your Monday morning worthwhile.
Everything you go through in life is preparing you for your next assignment. My father was a police officer, so I lived in the barracks. A barracks like a mini in Nigeria, you know, you find everybody there. My dad's salary, of course, couldn't meet the family income, so I had to sell soft drinks for my mother so that we can make up the family income. I used to take soft drinks from our home and I'll go to the airport and sell. It was fun. I didn't know I was going to ever get into hotel business. So eventually, my coke hawking helped me later in life when I started running my hotel. Those little things you did became building blocks for my later days in life. And you know what? My house was built on the same street I used to go through to hawk. And so everybody that saw me hawk these soft drinks for my mother, when I bought a land there and built my house, all of those people were still alive. It's like, some of them had to breed their children. Look at me mentor these kids. Today, when I'm around the streets, sometimes you find people sell and you stop by. I just remember to be like this. That hawking has helped me today to be able to serve the people. Accept the things you can't change and change the things you can, and ensure that you just have the fear of God in you. I think the only person that can stop you from achieving what God has set out for you is you.
Akwa Ibom is rising.
Talking theater and drama. Theater. Whenever we talk about theater, as I have the opportunity to interact with you, I said I have noticed that around here, theater has to do with stage play where people go pay money watch. I have opportunity to watch that in most of these civilized countries where a lot of people just go sit down, watch a drama for like 30 minutes and they pay huge amount of money and they're so excited about it. So I want to start from there first. What is really going on here when it has to do with theater and drama?
What is going on? I'm going to be speaking from the perspective of educational theater environment. Since I've been in the school, we still have performances, live performances. We have them abound in the university, and then even few professionals also take steps to do. They also take steps to do performances outside. There's one that my friend, former student in MSD Young, has invited me something there at Ibom Hall. My friend consultee has also been doing performances outside. So once in a while we dash out to do something, people gather to watch. But we can't really call that live theater experience an industry because we are still evolving. Sponsorship is a very serious case that threatens the existence or the continuance of live theater experiments. You need people to stand by you to do live theater experience. How many people would like to come sit and pay 5,000 naira to watch a production? And then the cost of production is high. So if the cost of production is high, you can't depend on tickets. Ticketing won't solve the problem. We should be sponsors, partners, individuals, corporate organizations. We are still working on it. It's not yet end game. So we are believing that very soon we'll blow the gown open and enter the town. Take productions from the campus, enter the town, and then ginger engineer the audience members. All
right, when you talk about taking production from the campus, because I have opportunity on the social media space to watch you. You do a lot of performances in the campus and all that. And then you do a lot of drama, telling story. I know you did a drama on the Village Boy.
Yes. And people, there was a time, and that was 2 years ago, when I read the classic by Annette Hussein, The Village Boy. I read and I saw everything African, everything tradition, everything performative. But yet it was a prose. So I now said, let me adapt this to the stage. So I adapted it to the stage performance, and then it came out well. Even the author too got impressed. We'll be doing something. Before I go to that, I'm going to drop a bombshell so that you know that we're not playing inside. Okay,
now let's talk about this. You told the story, and I saw it on the social media, on the internet. That was on Facebook when you were posting it. And I noticed that it was done on campus. And I was asking myself, can such a thing be done in an open space in Akwa Ibom, where all Akwa Ibomites are invited to come watch?
That's what we're saying. The hope is still there. We are keeping hope alive. It's sponsorship we're talking about. When we do it inside the campus, these productions go for practical examinations.
Okay.
So students, lecturers, the school management, we must come together to do an exam.
Okay.
So it becomes quintessential that exam must be carried out.
Okay.
But we're also looking at a situation where time will come and we're moving into that era as we finish a production for examination purposes. We repackage it and take it out for entrepreneurial purpose.
Okay.
So we're still work is still in progress. For instance, when we're doing that an ATS, I call it an ATS village.
Yes.
An ATS village is the original version is the village board. But when I adapted it to the drama form, I titled it an ATS village.
That was his real life story.
Yes. And we ran it for 3 nights. Because then we were at the Andes campus. We give thanks to the Vice Chancellor who has moved us to the permanent campus, because in the Andes campus the theater is small, 105 people seater, but here where we are now we can seat 1,000 people. So you can see when we run one production, somebody can actually have a feel of it. So we are looking for a time when we finish a work inside the campus, take it out, and then allow the town to feel what we are doing inside the campus.
Okay, so now we know that theater has to do with a live performance on stage.
Yeah.
So now let's take a look at the difference. Is the theater the same thing with drama? Because our focus today is theater and drama.
No. No matter how thin a line is, the two cannot be the same. From the way you are pronouncing them, the two isn't the same. And then from the way they are being spelled, they aren't the same. So what we're looking at, I can give a very simple line between the two that will help us. Drama is textual.
Okay.
Theater is performative.
You will explain that.
Yeah, well, you see, it's the script, it's the drama, the play text.
Okay.
Like we say, oh, the gods are not to blame. Are you following? That's a drama.
Okay.
Like we say, Frogs at Noon by Effiong Johnson. That's a drama.
Okay.
So if I sit down and pick Effiong Johnson's Frogs at Noon, for instance, or The Fight Has Just Begun, and then add performative values to it, put it on stage, from that two-dimensional form in the script, lifeless in quote, onto the stage where we give the drama life, it becomes theater. And theater, of course, you know, elementarily, you can also refer a place to a theater where artistic performances happen. Can also be referred to, say, let me go to the theater. You can go to a place where you call theater. You can also watch a performance on stage, and that performance itself is theater. Okay,
so how do we get these storylines? I mean, can the same storyline that is used for a theater on stage be used for drama?
No, drama should even be like where we draw the inspiration from. The drama is already there. It's already like I've told you now about The Fight Has Just Begun.
Okay, so you just get some few lines from the drama and form a theater.
No, in the drama it is in quote lifeless. The characters are not, you see the characters, but they are not alive. So we bring the character of, for instance, Chief Ayara in Frogs That Known by Effiong Johnson. As the character is inside that play text, we don't seem to see life. We bring that character and put it on an actor. He performs on stage. So we now give that character that did not appear to have life a living essence, and then he becomes alive. So you can now see a Nordan can be playing the role of mother. But you can be reading mother in the script at the drama level, but you'll be watching a Nordan on stage at the theatrical level.
That's the difference. So now, if a student that is studying theater, can a student who study theater graduate and eventually become an expert in both drama and theater, or can he just center on one area?
Well, I think by now you should know a graduate of theater arts can become everything. I mean, what is drama? I mean everything. In this your industry, in the podcast industry, in the political cycle, even in the civil service. So once you finish well, because in the theater we are taught almost everything. You know, for instance, if you are a very proactive theater arts person, before you finish 4 years of your training in the university, you could have taken part in not less than 20 or 30 plays. And in these 20-30 plays, you must have played up to 50 roles. You would have been a medical doctor at a particular time. You would have been a lawyer at a particular time. You have been a broadcast journalist at a particular. So all these things, they are indices that can push you out and you become something if you face the real life situation. Okay. So somebody who studies theater is holistic.
Okay, but someone who is not studying theater either can. Some people may say they have these inborn tendencies. They can also be actors and actresses around without even being a graduate of theater.
Well, let me not really abhor on being a graduate of theater art, maybe from the university.
I'm just coming from that angle of the theater.
No, let me have armor on training.
On training, okay.
I think that everybody can become almost everything if the person is trained.
Is trained, okay.
So let me not really look at the university situation as a so you say I didn't go to University of York, cannot do. So there are so many people who've got trained through mentorship.
Okay.
Apprenticeship.
Okay.
You get involved in a thing. After a while, you know, one German director, Tyrone Guthrie, will say, "We blend intuition with technique."
I was wondering if you're going to talk without quoting.
Okay, what you have, what that person has is intuition.
Okay.
He needs to blend that intuition with technique. Intuition alone cannot take you to anywhere. So you know how to speak. You speak English well, but if you come and become an apprentice with for instance, in this presentation environment, after a while you will know the nuances, you will know the rudiments. So training is at the center of it. Anybody who is trained, okay, how many years do you need to spend to graduate from theater arts in the university? 4 years.
Is it 4 years?
4 years.
Okay.
Do you know that somebody who had never been to school before, if he enters into mechanic village and spends 4 years, the person can unbundle your engine and bundle it back for you.
So everything boils down to training.
It's training.
Okay.
At the center of it is training, because even some people who come to school, if they are not focused on the training, they can still come and become half-baked.
I was even about coming to that. I was saying it's possible for a graduate of theater art to come out and not be able to practice what he
I doubt if he can really be a very good example from the University of Uyo.
No, really.
Because
I'm talking
in the University of Uyo, for instance.
No, I'm talking in as a graduate.
So in the way we engage our students.
Are you forgotten my product of University of Uyo?
So the way we engage from radio drama production, television drama production, stage production, so many things, even carnival, stage carnival, when we costumes, makeup, lighting, all of these things, you can't come out and be crying of what to do except you were naturally lazy in school.
Okay. All right, now Uncle Tusi, looking at the theater and the drama, and then taking a look, because you've been, how long have you been there?
In school.
In what you are doing, getting involved in theater?
Well, I've been around for. I actually got trained in the University of Uyo. So when I came back from service, 2004, 2005, I was employed. So I was employed as a theater manager, arts fellow. I rose to a particular level. Then I was converted to be a lecturer. So I'm a production person. So I've done productions, as I'm telling you, between 2005 and now. I have done productions, I can tell you, both for the university, outside the university. At the particular time, I was the chairman of NANTAP in Akwa Ibom State. NANTAP is an acronym for National Association of Nigerian Theatre Art Practitioners, and then I later rose to become the deputy president. I am a fellow of Theatre Arts, FTA. So we've been around.
You've been around
doing production.
And you've been there in the circle.
We've been there doing what we have passion to do, because you can't do it if you don't have passion. You must be passionate about what you are doing, and we find pleasure doing these productions here and there. Sometimes we go out, maybe during those days we used to have Abuja Carnival or National Festival for Art and Culture. We go out, represent Akwa Ibom State, and then we come back. So we are here. We are here.
Okay, so this particular question was what even made me to ask you that question I was asking you. I wanted to ask, in the process of you being there, since you've been there for that long, you've mentioned, how will you assess the theater and the drama performance? I mean, the involvement of an Akwa Ibomite when it comes to that, from students, from what you see around. Are we really into it? Do we really have passion? And
I wouldn't know.
How will you assess that? in the process of your training some people and looking at their performances, their interests, the way they display each talent?
We have talent.
Okay.
No, in the summary is that we have talent in Akwa Ibom State.
Okay.
We have talent. I've told you about my friend Thomas Etu, consultee.
I know consultee.
He's a product. He's a theater person. In fact, he's a theater. Maybe we should begin to look at individuals as representing this institution. Okay. So we have done that. If you talk about in the aspect of drama, play writing, for instance, I've mentioned some of the titles of Professor Johnson. Dr. Fonimi Yang also writes.
Okay.
Some of our colleagues in Akwa Ibom State University and Yebi Mbede, Ikaite, Brian, they write. People are writing. Basubong writes. Wemedi Mota, Professor writes. So we have a lot of people go in. So today, you know, in those days when we started school, when you want to mention play text, you either mention Shoyinka or you mention Shofisong or you mention Olarotimi. But today we have a lot. Akanesi and Robert Uraipa, a lot on ground in the writing. Then in the performance structure, great people we have produced from this place. Okay. Wonderful people. Like I'm telling you about this one, my former student who's putting up a show this February. If I remember the name of the show before I go out at Ibom Hall. Okay. To take that stride to go to put a command performance at Ibom Hall. Okay. The cost aspect, in his passion. So we have people that we have trained who are good. Okay. Today, career in the theater industry, in the art industry. Some of them went to other industry. Some of them are even in journalism. Some of them, if you come to AKBC, for instance, and you look at people, some of your fine signatures here, they did theater. Yeah. You go to NT, the same thing. You go all the stations you have around here, Government House. You go, you're asking for one of the best information officers. Check the background, study theater, because theater has a way of releasing some creative nuances. So you do everything creatively, almost different from the way others are doing. So you stand out.
So it can also take someone that is born with it. Let's say this is your passion, this is a talent God has given you. Yeah. You can also do creative. But all what you are saying is that before you can develop that and come out, you must get trained.
No, that process of development is training.
It's training.
You just discover that you have something.
You have it in you.
So don't just go and then say, I've arrived. No, let's go through the process. Let's rediscover ourselves. Let's discover ourselves more. So that you will discover that in the process there are few missing links. So you can decide to come to school, you can decide to go to art academy, you can decide to pick a mentor, you can decide to learn on the job.
So I was on the right track when I picked you as my mentor when it comes to writing.
Well,
remember, I'm still writing.
Yes, you need to. And the best way to write.
Family?
Yes. Yeah. The best way to rise to that level that you like yourself is to keep doing it.
So we'll keep doing it.
Once you keep doing it, you arrive where you're going.
Okay. Now, when it comes to this writing, the method of writing, our ability of reading, what you've discovered then. When we started, when I said we, I'm just talking about, you talk about 2025, sorry, 2020,
2002, 2003, 2004,
2015. Yeah. When you look at the level, the way you were involved in reading and writing, can you compare it to the students you're having now? What's the, I mean, because of this era of this, our, phones and all that.
I wouldn't even ask you to embark on that journey.
Yeah, but if you just have to take a look at, you used to read more books. No, you didn't have more of e-books then.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And then you used abbreviations.
Thank God you said e-books.
Yes.
The people of today, they are still reading.
They are still reading.
And if when they read, only that in our time, if you want to know somebody who reads, we go and meet in the library. Okay. But today, the library is with you.
Is with you.
So you will not be able to move in all the homes to know who and who will be reading at a particular time. But I'm telling you that with the invention, with the innovation coming up, with the creative enhancement coming up, people have been reading, people have been studying.
And there's more enlightenment now than
people have been studying. Okay. The phone itself is a working library for you. Okay. So people discover a lot of things. Sometimes I look at the things when I give assignments or interact with my students. I see the level of thinking. My God, very high. I humble because my own, of course, you can't even talk about theater if you don't look at it as a collaboration.
Okay.
Somebody will have something to contribute, or even that person is in year one. So you see some year one students, year two students, very creative. Then you begin to imagine, if this guy is like this, if this lady is like this in year one, then by the time this lady gets to year four, my God. So you now know that where you ended is the starting points for these people. So instead of getting jealous or feeling bad about them, you give them the necessary support, humble yourself, and learn one or two things, because it's the age. This is their age.
Okay.
You need to borrow from them to be able to flow in this age, which is their age.
At this stage, you are saying that you can also learn. You as a person can learn from the students.
I learn everything
from your students.
These students, I'm telling you, the best teachers are students.
So it doesn't have to
especially when it has to do with online mechanization. My God, you see how there are so many apps, there are so many technological devices that can bring a full script for you without you really sitting down to craft it day and night and put up. So all of these things were not exposed to at tender age. But I was telling somebody, I said, my boy is 16, but when he is touching my system or the television or my phone, he's making it look as if he went for a training on how to handle this thing. These things just come with them. This is their age. So you yourself, you just be looking at it and trying not to expose your ignorance. You just maintain quietness because the way they are going to press this thing, they press as if they know everywhere around this place.
Okay. Now, Uncle Tusi, taking a look at the drama, the world, and the theater. Most of the things we see people act, most of the drama we watch, or maybe the theater we seem to see, people are telling different stories. Do we have some stories in this part of the world, I mean in Akwa Ibom, that you think have not been told, that if it is told in form of a drama or theater, then it's going to tell more about who we are in Akwa Ibom? Have you seen some stories like that that we've not yet told? We're not telling people yet?
Well, we will not exhaust storylines, because
when you watch, for example, most of the Nigerian movies, let me use that instances, then they seem to portray more of this blood money thing, how to make money.
I don't think it's really very much on the rising now.
Now I said then
I'm seeing people who have moved into meats.
Yes, now
I've seen people who have gone into cultural values. I'm seeing a lot of embellishment drawn from tradition. So it's actually coming back to the roots.
Yes, to the roots.
In fact, today I rarely, except we're talking about the past. Today, a lot of people have come to terms that what we need to sell our works, they're already around us. The cultural norms, the values, our festivals, our carnivals, in fact, our lifestyle. So you see, even if you go onto the content that we have in social media, I discover that most of these contents are coming back homeward. So it's not actually the issue of pushing. And then the industry players too, they have done well of recent too. We are trying to play down on the things that will paint us in the negative. So we also need to present ourselves as smart people or as a people. As a people.
Okay, now when it comes to Akwa Ibom, as I said, you've said that already. I also know that there are some stories that are so interesting in Akwa Ibom that if you tell in form of a story, like a drama, people will sit down to watch and say, oh, this is who we are. Because what I'm saying that is the present, the children of these days who are in nursery school and all that, there's some food you mention or places you mention in Akwa Ibom, they will just be looking at it like, what's that? So how do you think we can use those things to tell stories so that the children can get to really understand?
No, we put them in drama and people have been taking up. You see, one of the things that we know we have very high points is in an area of our cuisines. We have good food here. People can actually come here and know that we have good food here. And then so when all of these, you don't even need to put them separate. We don't need to put them as individual entity. But we bring them as an amalgam, put all of them in the soup and then cook together. And then look at them and say, okay, we bring a production that will showcase our meals, showcase the songs, showcase the dances, showcase even the hairstyle that we do. Our ceremonies traditional marriage ceremonies, they are a spectacle to behold. So if we put all of this for people to see, they will get to know us and they will get to appreciate who we are.
Okay. All right. So are we encouraging ourselves, like if we have a story that we know that can tell who we are in Akwa Ibom State, can we start writing it and then look for someone like Uncle Tusi to give the script or to help us mechanize the script?
Anybody.
Okay.
Anybody. See, one of the things is if we desire a thing, you will take a step.
Okay.
And if you really desire a thing, you will take a step. So if you see a story, maybe is from the angle where you come from, or from your experience or your encounter, or you read a book, you can also mix the ingredients of scripting from the book you read.
Okay.
So you can begin to start to put it your own way. That's one of the things that is making a theater artist a very special person, because you become a creator. You create your own world. You name the world, the city, the community, you give it a name. The characters there, you give them names. So you play the role of God, even if it's for 1 minute. And then once you put it, like I said the other time, if you put something, you feel you are not too sure of what they have done, share with somebody.
Okay.
Together, everyone achieves more.
Okay, so we are also aware that, like in Akwa Ibom, like this and other places, we have some prominent people who are now, you know, in the forefront.
Okay. Who
didn't have it like rosy in those days. Some were not born with silver spoon.
Yeah.
I'll have an example of our governor. Okay. I don't know whether you get to see that his story, how he used to hawk on the streets, and then he was helping the mother to sell. From there he was rising, and now he goes to that particular place to buy a land, build a house, and people are getting to see. So can we use such things to tell our people in Akwa Ibom say that it's not all about being a political office holder, because that's where everybody wants to be, that wants to get into politics? Are there some other things we can do to start growing? Are there some stories that you think we can tell to help ourselves grow when it comes to theater and drama in Akwa Ibom?
Well, we have been a very enterprising people in Akwa Ibom State. And I'm also happy that the governor is an exception.
And he tells his story for people to learn from too.
And so you can now see what he's telling us, maybe writing it in a speech. You can now sit down, who is a dramatist, you can sit down and pick it and make it in drama form, so that we can now enact it on stage, or we can put it on screen, so that more people will get to know. You know, when you are speaking like that, you may not reach so much, but if you put it in small skits, take it to different local environments, then before you know it, everybody gets to know about it. It's encouraging to know that somebody who was actually a nobody in the time past can comfortably get to a high office today because of hard work and the grace of God. Because some people can also be very hardworking, but the grace is not there, or perhaps it's not yet their time to get to a very high level in life.
Okay. All right, so we are still talking theater and drama, and I know you are still watching the program. We are still here. You know, I said, as it is our norm, we'll give you an opportunity to ask some few questions. So we open phone lines for you to also be part of it, and then we'll also get involved. But right now, we want to go on a small break. When we are back, this particular segment continues.
Small break indeed.
Everything you go through in life is preparing you for your next assignment. My father was a police officer, so I lived in the barracks. A barracks like a mini in Nigeria. You know, you find everybody there. My dad's salary, of course, couldn't meet the family income, so I had to sell soft drinks for my mother so that we can make up the family income. I used to take soft drinks from our home and I'll go to the airport and sell. It was fun. I didn't know I was going to ever get into hotel business. So eventually, my cook hawking helped me later in life when I started running my hotel. Those little things you did became building blocks for my later days in life. And you know what? My house was built on the same street I used to go through to hawk. And so everybody that saw me hawk these soft drinks for my mother, when I bought a land there and built my house, all those people were still alive. It's like, some of them had to break their children. Look at me mentor these kids. today, when I drive around the streets, sometimes you find people sell and you stop by. I just remember, it used to be like this. That hawking has helped me today to be able to serve the people. Accept the things you can't change and change the things you can, and ensure that you just have the fear of God in you. I think the only person that can stop you from achieving what God has set out for you is you.
Akwa Ibom is rising.
So that is it. So we're just talking about it. That's our governor. I don't know. I mean, I'm so impressed that he gets to tell his story in summary for us to get to know that sometimes a lot of people were not born on silver spoon. Okay, so I love to see that's your signature name
for now.
For now. Or if not that, I'll just call you Mr. Umana.
Yes,
and all
not
that.
a problem.
Now at this point, what do we learn from that story?
You see, sometimes I listen to politicians give stories of their past, and then I don't get to really believe them. But this one, every aspect of believability, you can see it. You can see the mark. You can see the passion with which he's telling the story. It's not something that somebody is cooking so that because I've gone to be governor, so let me cook one story that will make people to empathize with me or my youthful age. No, this one, you've seen reality displayed. A man who was not that very ambitious to become a political office holder, but somebody who looked at himself as an entrepreneur, that he can actually get involved in one or two acts of trades and survive, and then takes care of himself, assists the mother. So he has gone through all this level without thinking of how to go and be a PA. If you listen to the entire story, he has never been a PA, SA, or PA. So he's been a business person. That is why I'm also optimistic that when such a person is on the saddle as the governor, so he's going to inspire a lot of young people. This story is an inspiration already.
This is a summary. This story is a summary. Do you think this story can be told in form of a drama or movie?
But it's already a material for drama. It's a material for film. It's a material for... See, this one we're talking about is to break it down and make it performative. You can do a serial out of this for radio. You can do a serial out of this for television. You can even do a command performance out of this on stage. People see, I don't talk about being psychophantic. I don't talk about trying to do something because somebody's going on. I mean, dwelling on the story. Let's leave the environment. The story of somebody who started from near nothing, move to the next level. You see him at different levels. There's no story that is say when I'm between 10 and 30 years I disappeared and then I appeared again. No, if you follow the story, you know when he was at this age, what he was able to do, at this level, what he was able to do, until when God favored him to be the governor of a state.
And you know the most also the most interesting part of the story is he said, I bought a land on that same place and built a house. So he didn't say I inherited my parents' properties on that same. So I mean that means that there should be from a scratch.
No, see, I can, if I'm going to work on that script, I will
and you are going to work on it.
No, I will title this script Mind Shift.
Okay.
Mind Shift.
You've given a title already.
It's Mind Shift.
So what we need now is to start working.
So it's for you to like look at it and say, well, this is where the other person stopped. But that's not important.
Okay.
I can go beyond this point. This is what this person is doing. But that's not important. I can do something different.
Okay.
This way the last person stopped. So it's a mind. You just move yourself from the convention. You just believe that you can do that which you are purposed to do in your heart. So it's a good story. Any young person listening to the governor give his story.
Okay.
That young person, if he listens to the governor, when the person leaves, is actually going to take a step. I see this story prompting actions. I mean, positive actions on positive notes. So he's a father. He's a big man that we've come to see. Not that he's a big man out of politics. is a big man out of enterprise.
At least it started somewhere. And we have seen
you see. So if you make this story, it will be a good story.
We are making the story already. You're giving a name. Maybe we just look for 2 or 4 names and then we choose from that.
No. But as I'm talking to you now, don't be surprised. This thing is already on. We are not the only children of Abraham. Several ask people in different places.
At least we are motivated.
But if you are fast enough, you can come up with something strong.
Okay, it's not a bad idea. Yeah. All right, I promise to open phone lines. At least I have few minutes here. Like how many minutes, 10 minutes or more for us to get other people involved. If you want to you have an opinion, let's just feel your pulse on what we are talking about. We are talking theater and drama, and I have with me here Mr. Sunday Umana, a lecturer, Department of Theater Art, and from what he has said from experience, you know that his life is theater. Everything drama.
Around. I like it.
Around it. And he likes it that way.
Well, while we are waiting for the first caller, let me also drop it that for 6 days, the University of Uyo campus will be playing host to crowds in their season of production. There's something we do every year. We call it Unio Season of Productions. So this 2024 edition, we are showcasing 13 live performances. Play productions, dances, and film documentaries. So yours truly is one of the directors.
As a son of the soil, and you are making us proud in what we do. What I simply know is that, you know, when there was a time we used to present a program here and used to anchor it. We've done a lot of things for AKBC and we feel like that. So bring more opportunities for us to do more than what we are doing. We need to have more drama hitting this our screen. Courtesy of you. Let it not just be theater. Bring more drama.
It's a promise. It's a promise.
Bring them. So that at the end of it, we see concept or producer or who.
So it can be a partnership. The Department of Theatre Arts, University of you can partner.
So people like us can bring ideas.
We just cook them together. Are you following? Theatre itself is like a meal. You have to put all the condiments to become a soup so that you can eat. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th of March. 6 days. 13 performances in the new art theater. I've just told that we have moved to the permanent campus. So everybody will be coming there. Afternoon and evening, you are watching fantastic productions.
It's even good that University of Uyo is doing a business with AKBC already. So anything we do with University of Uyo,
beautiful. So we'll extend the invite. For instance, one of the entries for this is the one I'm directing. It's titled Hard Choice. So there comes a time in a man's life you must make a hard choice.
There comes a time in a man's life. That is how we get that's the statement that will always begin a story that will be so interesting. When you hear there comes a time in a man's life and then you watch, like the governors who we just there comes a time in a man's life, you know that a son that was hawking to help the mother
because nobody is now
somebody. So
Effiong Johnson in one of his plays, the fight has just begun. The very last line of the play is, there comes a time in a man's life that he must fight as a price for liberty. So you don't sit down and cry. You need to put up something. It can be a mental fight. So while I'm doing Hard Choice, Hard Choice is written by the general manager of National Theatre, Professor Sonny Odudu. So that is the one I'm directing. I'm putting on.
You are doing a lot of
and I'm telling you, this season is different. Because Paul Johnson is directing, also Inegbe is directing, also Kwang is directing, Dr. Fonemiyan is directing, the wife Dr. Irasin Yang is directing, Dr. Justina. So I want to use the opportunity to ask that we come over and watch a live theater experience at Unio.
Let's see if we can get this caller. Hello. Okay, we will try to see if we can pick 1 or 2 calls. It's going to be an interesting package when all the professors. There's something about some professors in Unio, especially like Professor Effiong Johnson. When you mentioned him, I mean, when he goes anywhere to talk, I sit down and look at this man and I ask myself, this man is not having 2 heads. How do you do your own? You know that some people you see, when they deliver, you tell yourself, how did they start it? Like telling the story from the beginning, you get to hear their, the early life, the way they started and all that, and then you get motivated.
In fact, one of the feature documentaries that are going to be done by our final year student is the life and time of Effiong Johnson. So
why not we package these things and play it here so that we watch?
No, that's what I'm saying. I said we are going to write. We're going to actually discuss it with the chairman of the Departmental Productions Committee, Dr. Ifuru Forazobo.
Okay.
We're going to write.
She's also doing well with AKVC. She presents some
that's
of
what
the
I'm saying. So we're going to write well. We're going to come so that we take advantage of such a gathering and strike a partnership.
And Liz uses our area to also tell the stories. Let people get to watch what we have.
But this year's season of production, the theme is ingenuity. It's a powerful thing. You can't miss the number. You will be there, no. But I will keep reminding you.
I look forward to having a good time. So when it comes to theater and drama, we are trying our best. But in which way? Because we have a few minutes to wrap up.
Okay.
Which area do we need to work on ourselves when it comes to theater and drama?
Well, like you have talked about, it's content. It's content. The world today, we pay so much. And so if we have good content, we must also think about the container.
Okay.
So it's not just enough to have a good script. You must also have a good venue. You must also have, you must also be willing to brand it, to publicize. That's why I said money must have to come in. You must have money. You see, there are some people, no matter how they like live theater, if you invite them to watch the performance at a particular place, they will not like to come.
Okay.
So if you choose a good venue, you brand the thing well, bring the best hands, package a good content, then there's going to be a balance.
Okay.
People will actually come to watch what they are doing.
So at this point, what could be the problem for now, so that we can start, like you've mentioned that, but what should be, is the problem the container or the content?
Well, now we have the content. I would say, though the content will still need to be, we put a few touches here and there, but what we are looking for now is the container.
Okay. So, but we need to put a few touches on the content. We still have a problem with the content.
Well, you call it problems, but me, I'm looking at everything that is in the developing stage. We need to first touch something, because it's marketing, it's business. So if you are doing business, you need to tailor it towards the interest of the audience.
You know why I'm asking? Because then they used to tell Akwaibom stories in a negative way. This issue of a kaite.
If you check, most of them too were not after. They were things that were sponsored by outsiders, so they felt the market will receive it. But the story is not like that again today. Look, let me tell you, just take a look at the kind of governor you have, even the past ones. You are in the media, open and check when they are meeting with their colleagues. You'll be proud of your leader any moment. Mention all the names you have. When your governor stays in the middle of or in the midst of other governors, you will like your governor.
You're not even talking about our Senate president.
Are you now? So even if you see him with the charisma, no, you will like that person is from your place. Why? Because forget the story people told about us. No, they didn't get it right. What we are, that is why we were happy that someone like you and several other persons were coming. We should be telling our story. We have got good stories.
Yes, we've got good stories, so we should start getting good story. Okay, so Mr. Sunday Umana, it's always a pleasure to have you. And like you said, theater is you and your theater. You can talk it anywhere, any day. So we will continue to encourage you to continue to do what you're doing well.
Thank you very much.
And then when it comes to the students who are coming to learn from you, I know that some of them, I get to mentor some of them when they are being posted to us here at the internet. I see that some of them, if I have up to 5, I'll notice that 2 of them may be interested, and the rest of the 3 are just coming for the paper.
Beautiful.
So if you have to, advise such students, what would it be?
Let's make industry out of the training. Don't just come to school because you want to get certificate. Come to school because you want to build industry. You want to be an industry player. If you have that kind of mindset that you want to be an industry player, when you come into the theater, for instance, you'll be looking for the area of specialty. You'll be looking at, can I go into makeup this market day? Can I go into lighting? Can I go? But if you don't have this kind of industry mindset, once you enter, you are thinking of how to get 30/30 in tests and then 70/70 exams, and then you come out and be looking for where to apply. I beg to apply. I beg to apply. I beg to apply. So make your training industry focus.
Okay. That's where you are living for now. So next time when you come, you begin from there.
Don't forget March 7. March 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I will not forget that.
Theater Art Department, you.
I will not forget
Season
that.
of Productions.
I will not forget
Ingenuity.
that. AKBC is in partnership with the University
we will write officially to
let
that happen.
We'll do it together. We always
thank you,
Nobon,
for the privilege.
Yes, thank you very
I've
much.
not come to the studio for a very long time.
My boss.
So it's a good one.
My mentor.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you very
so
much for coming. Yeah. That is the size of this particular interview. Thank you very much for watching. Don't go anywhere. Pathfinder continues after this time out.
Pathfinder TV show. Pathfinder Leisure, sports, health, education. Pathfinder TV show. Market survey, capacity building. Pathfinder.